If you haven't already, please refer to the Part 1 video for this tech tip. With VDA 3.6 and beyond, options to help users focus in on specific areas in local data grids and data grid pages have been added. Data grid options are basically the same for local data grids and data grid pages. Entering or selecting a time in the slider will shift the grid start to that specific time. Selecting items such as cursor, trigger, or stop will mark the time position on the item selected. These options can quickly narrow the field, saving time searching for anomalies. Time entry. In the upper left field of the data grid, a time can be entered which starts the grid at a specific time. When users enter a time, the grid will automatically update to the closest recorded time. Second field and drop-down list. Select from the drop-down a cursor or recorded event, such as marker or trigger. The event is marked on the grid with an arrow to the left of the time it occurred. In this example, selecting cursor 1 in the drop-down marks with an arrow to the left the time of the cursor's position. The drop-down list only displays data cursors in the data grid page when the chain cursor feature is enabled. Otherwise, only markers and triggers are displayed. Time slider allows manual adjustment of time via clicking any location on the line or by selecting and dragging the slider. A pop-up display shows the time of position as the slider is dragged. This example shows how relocating the slider via sliding or clicking on the bar will transpose the slider to a new location, with time column reflecting a new start time for the grid. Chained cursors. The Chain Cursors option, when enabled, allows data cursor interaction between the data grids and graph in the following ways. Rows containing the data cursor's time positions are highlighted with the cursor colors in both the local data grid and data grid page. In this example, the rows between the cursor rows are highlighted in green. The active cursor's position can be controlled from the data grids via double-clicking on a row in either the local data grid or the data grid page. The new cursor position is automatically updated in all graphs and data grids to reflect the time of the selected row. In this example, the green highlighted rows between the cursor rows also updates. To change the active cursor, click the Select Cursor icon in the toolbar. Disabling the Chain Cursor option breaks the cursor association between the graphs and the data grid page. Cursor row highlighting the location is no longer visible or controlled from the data grid page. The local data grid retains its association with the graphs on the same local trace or XY page, but no other pages.